Here are some must-reads for your 2nd and 3rd grader to keep them reading all summer, according to my students. Subscribe and like for more reading tips from Zoo Kids Reading and a personal reading teacher. Unlock your kids' imagination and their enthusiasm for reading with these top 10 books. What kind of books do your students like to read? That's where you need to start. And what kinds of things do they like to do? What are their interests? Because if you start there, you can get them hooked and keep them reading. And if you find out they don't like the ones you picked, try something new. So here are the top 10 books according to my students. Stay till the end to find out what they love the most. Number 10 on the list is great for your reluctant readers who still want a lot of pictures in their book. The content's a little bit harder, the words are still a little bit challenging, but they can have funny pictures to read. It is Dav Pilkey's Captain Underpants. It follows the adventures of 2 boys who hypnotize their principal, and when they snap their fingers, he has to go fight things wearing his underwear as his weapon. Your children will laugh and enjoy it, but please be aware, some parents aren't very fond of these, but it'll keep your child reading all summer long. Another favorite, especially by a couple of my students, is the Dogman series, also by Dav Pilkey, because this one has even more pictures, but still a lot of words. So if your learner really wants pictures and they're like, we don't want to read books with lots of words, these are great because there are a lot of pages and they can go through them. They're still reading. That's the most important thing for the summer, is that they're reading, or anytime that they're reading. And the best part is, if they finish this, they can jump into the sister series, Cat Kid, and they'll love that just as much, and you can have a summer filled with reading adventures. If your child loves animals, try Puppy Place. There are some other animal series. Feel free to comment below if you want to know what they are. And your child can learn all about animals, taking care of animals. If you're thinking about getting a puppy, it might be a great place to start. Number 7 on the list is the Black Lagoon Adventures. It's great for your reluctant readers who still want a lot of pictures in their books and to read chapter books. The words are a little bit harder, but they're funny stories that follow Hubie, a new student at Black Lagoon Elementary. He encounters zombies, monsters, and other crazy things. Your reader will laugh and be reading chapter books. It's a great first chapter book. Number 6 is an exciting book series called Geronimo Stilton. It is about a news mouse who travels the world with some other mice and reports on all of the different places. So your child will love it because it has colorful pictures and it will keep them entertained with the pictures. And you can use all of the different places he visits as a springboard to start reading some nonfiction and learning about places around the world. Check out our other YouTube videos about animals from some of these places as well. One I like and my learners like is the Flat Stanley series. Start with Flat Stanley. It's about a boy who gets flattened by a billboard while he's sleeping and then goes on lots of different adventures. It is written mostly by Jeff Brown. Start with the first one, and if you really want to, you can make your own Flat Stanley and decorate him, and then take him and take pictures and write your own story about Flat, whatever your child's name is. And you can also learn about different places. This is the Egyptian pyramids. He goes to Africa, he goes to China. They mail him in an envelope. How cool would that be? You can write your own story about it. My students really like this one and the activities to go with it. Now, this is another popular one, very, very popular with all of my learners. They laugh all the way through. It is Junie B Jones. I also like this one. It's written by Barbara Park. One thing you need to know, she does a lot of stuff you don't really want your children doing. So, you should also talk to them about how they should act and if they think that Junie B does what she should do, or how they could do it in a better way. But it's really funny, it keeps them entertained, and it's a great series. Number 3 is a great series about school, written by Dan Gutman. This follows AJ and his classmates through some crazy teachers that do some crazy things that you wouldn't believe could happen in a school. Your child will laugh and love it. Each title rhymes. And the best part about this one is it starts with My Weird School, and there are four series, and he's adding another one, all about the same characters, so they can keep reading and keep learning more about the characters, and if they love them, they'll dive in and just want to read and read and read, and that's what you want. And when you start the series, it gives them somewhere to keep going. And the next one, very popular with my students, number 2, A to Z Mysteries, written by Ron Roy. They're about Dink, Josh, and Ruth Rose, and they solve mysteries all over the place. They're called A to Z Mysteries. A good thing about this one is you can figure out who did it. And if they like the challenge of who did it, these will be great. And he has other mysteries, the Capitol mysteries in Washington, D.C., and calendar mysteries that you can also read. So it gives them a favorite author, and they can just read and read and read. It'll keep them going all summer long. And number 1, according to my students, is The Magic Treehouse. Follow Jack and Annie on their adventures in a magic treehouse. They go back in time. They're really exciting. It's written by Mary Pope Osborne. And a good thing about these books is that it gives you facts about whatever you're reading about. So Dinosaurs Before Dark, you learn about dinosaurs. Afternoon on the Amazon, there are facts in there. And a lot of the books have a companion nonfiction book, so you can dive in and learn all about the animals and the areas you're learning about. And check out our parent support group for more reading tips. Ask questions there, connect with other parents. We can give you helpful tips for helping your child learn to read. Also, I offer one-on-one tutoring and group classes to help improve reading. Check out the videos that YouTube suggests for you, and stay tuned for more books that are suggested reading titles that didn't make the top 10 list and for higher grades.